Hi, so because of a post recently on the subreddit of Towerfall, I decided to make a little video about the 100 extra stages that I made. Originally this was for me and my friends because we regularly played it in person, which was incredibly fun, but I don't have the ability to do that anymore, and I wanted to release this as like a bit of a promotional package in a way. And originally I just posted screenshots and stuff like that, but this is wildly difficult and tedious, so I figured why not make a video. So here's a video. So I will just go through the stages that I've made and some other things that I did. It's mostly really about the stages, but maybe it's interesting for the people that still play this game to potentially see all the things that I've done with the game over the time. So just as a little starter, there's a cat on the top right here. I don't know if my mouse is not possible here, but yeah, I just made little bits and pieces everywhere. So let me go through the menu. So my favorite character personally is the Undead Marksman, or the Forgotten Master actually, but I like skulls, I like skeletons, so I figured I would make a custom one because I have some knowledge about pixel art, so I try to kind of imitate the style. I think it worked pretty well. Here's one of my friend. He likes monkeys, so I put him in a monkey suit because why not? I think it's funny. They also have custom icons, like his moon is supposed to be a banana and my thing is supposed to be a skull, obviously. Anyway, let's see. Oh, the skull is gold. I'm pretty sure it's not like that standard. So yeah, here you have the original stages. It's been a while, so yeah, so here we have the workshop levels. So these are the stages that I made. I made icons, everything, proper placements on the map, lots of play testing, some custom music, some custom tiles. I'm a big fan of creating things in a way that they feel like they could fit to the original game. I didn't want to deviate too much from the original style, so I hope I kind of achieved this. And yeah, let's see. So we have the stages Crushed Bastille, which is yeah, the theme is kind of an underwater dungeon-ish type of thing. I'm not sure what is the best way to properly show this actually. Yeah, I guess going out is probably the best. But yeah, you can also see my friend's outfit is quite funny. I think he shoots a banana even, I'm not sure anymore. Yeah, his arrow is like banana themed and he's holding a banana. I gotta say, I still like this. Pretty funny. Yeah, sorry, it's been a while, so I'm kind of checking myself too. Yeah, so in this one, the theme is basically drill arrows, these moving blocks, and these type of things. So I think they're all pretty much like that. God, I don't even know the controls anymore. And I tried to really make it super consistent, so. And what I also did in these stages is to try and make it as moody as possible, so I made the overall lighting quite dark. And I have hidden many light sources underneath the platforms and stuff like that. So here it's like glowy, like the skeleton's glowing for example, but it's just by using this little trick by putting things behind the wall to create kind of like a stronger atmosphere, I guess. I suppose it depends a bit on your screen what you prefer or what looks nice, but this is what I liked at the time. Yeah, so I'm just going through some of these. So I believe I made 10 variations of each theme that I came up with. It could be 20, but let's just assume it's 10 and anything else would be a benefit, I would say. Yeah, I think you pretty much get kind of an idea of what these stages are like, so we'll probably go to the next one. But yeah, so underwater dungeon, orbs to fall, and crushing blocks. That's the idea. Alright, I'll move to the next one. But this one's quite dark. Let's see. We'll go here. So before maybe I go showing all of the ones individually, I will just show the level names and the icons. So yeah, this icon is also supposed to be like the little orb that falls down. So this one's Translucid Dream. I think this is one of my friend's favorite level. I think it has a custom audio as well from Celeste. So I think that's always pretty nice to hear. This one's Gilded Crypt. This is my personal favorite. It's a ghost coming out of a chest. This one has a custom tile set in gold. Scorching Hollow. I guess it's kind of obvious. It's a fire-themed level. Stone Haze. Something with crushing blocks again, but honestly I don't even fully remember. Kind of a mysterious thing with a trident and water. Cryo Canyon, is that even spelled correctly? I wonder. But it's supposed to be an icy thing with a person inside. I don't know if it's visible, but I quite liked it. Mycelia Mirage, which is mushroom themed. You have Decrepit Spire, which has a lot of these, what are they called, like flails that are going around. I guess explosive ones, I'm not sure. And Noxious Hold, which is, I'm not sure actually, but we'll see. Okay, so second one, Translucid Dream. So this is probably my favorite combination of things, this particular style of tiling and these translucent blocks. And so the idea for me was to really try and use the bomb arrows as much as I could, because you know you can destroy them, so it creates like pretty fun dynamics sometimes during the match. Yeah, oh, trigger arrows even. Pretty fun. But you also have the risk of actually running out of arrows, because they can get stuck in some of these actual translucid blocks, because it's not always possible to retrieve them, of course. And I guess these disappearing and appearing blocks are also part of it. Let's see if I can just show a few more. So my problem that I had is that obviously I tested this with my friends, which is a small sample size. I had like 3-4 friends to play it with. No, 5 even, I believe. But it's still quite small. And at one point, with much older designs of my level, I had someone in the Towerfall Discord actually test my levels. And he said they were fun, but that the only issue was that hyper dashing and stuff like that is difficult. How do you even do that anymore? I don't even know. I don't know how to do it anymore. Well, I used to... Oh, there. I used to be able to do this quite well too, but I do agree that some of my levels can be considered kind of cramped. But that depends a little bit on how casual you are, I guess. I quite like these open levels where you have the chance that arrows are falling indefinitely. I think it's cool. And I also made sure to test with a lot of places that, you know, things are wall jumpable, or you can at least reach it by grabbing. There should at least be no blocks or platforms that you cannot reach by either wall jumping or just jumping by itself, or potentially with an actual dash. This level seemed to always kind of like have a fun effect on people, because you have this, you know, 2 spots with a treasure, but there's a wall in between where you can shoot each other, so people tend to get greedy and try to kill each other by shooting through it. I had a lot of fun little memories with that. I can see the little custom end things too. How does this work? If I rematch, will it be on the same one? No. Okay. So, yeah. The Gilded Crypt, as I said, is my favorite one. So I'm a huge personal fan of a game called Castlevania, and my inspiration came from Super Castlevania 4. There's a particular level where it's gold themed, and I just fell in love with it when I was younger. I'm quite a bit older now, but I still absolutely adore this. So I took the music from that level from Castlevania, as you can potentially hear now. And I had the idea of just making a custom tile set that's kind of like gold themed. And so my idea of like the whole place is that it's just like a forgotten treasury, essentially. So you have these prisms, and the idea is that most of these things are like encased in something. So you also have chests inside of these things. Let's see if I can kill and find another one that maybe looks a little bit better. Because a lot of the chests are supposed to spawn inside, yeah, exactly like this. And if you hit them with an arrow, then they come out and you can actually grab them. And these actually float down, which is quite funny. And I use these blocks a lot to do things and make crawl spaces and stuff like that, so. I think this already kind of gives the idea. I quite like this level, it's a bit funny. It has like a, like a gaping maw thing. On the top left and right you have like these eyes, and this is supposed to be the mouth. And the funny thing about these orbs inside is that they always block one shot if you're trying to shoot somebody through it. So it's a bit of a cat and mouse game where you're wondering, okay, is the other person going to shoot first or twice quickly in a row to get rid of the thing, or... Yeah, I quite like it. Alright, I will go out of this one, because you get the gist. Then you have Scorching Hollow. I'll probably go through this a little bit quicker. But yeah, pretty obvious, using all the fire elements the game has. I think super bomb arrows and these moving platforms. Other than that, it's not particularly special. But yeah, I tried to make fit things together as much as I could. There's a good danger of being crushed by these things sometimes. And every stage for me also has like a custom set of rules, as in what type of items you get. So this one is, I think, super bomb arrows, yeah. And wings, because they can actually burn away, and I like this mechanic. So yeah. And what I also really like to do in this game is to make little crawl spaces, as I said, but they're kind of like these sniper spots where you can just shoot through something if you're good enough to catch someone off guard. I mean, they're very tiny, but I like that. But yeah. Okay. You'll have to see the rest yourself, potentially. Stone Haze. Yeah, it's jungle themed with these moving blocks as well. With these moving blocks really being the absolute main thing here, as in like what is supposed to potentially kill you. And I put some of them in pretty nasty positions, but also some to trick you into thinking that you would die. This one's particularly funny because I had a lot of people panic. If you don't move, you don't get crushed. But there's a little block buff here, so if you panic and jump, which is what most people do, then you actually die. And so I'm trying to kind of like mind trick people into behaving a certain way to create a trap effect. And I personally think this is quite a fun element of game design. Yeah, so the idea is bramble arrows, trick blocks, and yeah, I guess the rest kind of speaks for itself. Alright, so we have question mark, question mark, question mark. I think this is kind of like an underwater ship themed thing. I kind of forgot how I achieved this, but if you notice, you can see that the bottom half of the level has quite a different color or saturation than the top part. And I think I did this by placing a ton of these orbs like behind the wall to create the illusion of water coming from the bottom outside of the screen. Together with this wavy effect, it's supposed to, yeah, kind of show that there's water on the bottom. I was quite proud of this one in particular. So the theme with this one is feather arrows, because I think I made it quite open, and feathers itself. Showing like one or two more. Yeah, these are quite big levels with a lot of like looping. For me personally, I made the levels in a way that chests are fair to each type, so it either spawns only in the middle or equally on both sides of something. And usually I try to keep and stick to 3 chests only maximum. But yeah, that's the theme. Then we have Cryo Canyon. This one is very kind of oppressive because there's a lot of... It's very tight. But yeah, icicles is a big theme of it. We have these see-through blocks again. And the idea here is to use these Noxious balls to actually explode these things instead of bombs to unlock potential chests. So you would have to sacrifice an arrow to actually get an item. And the other thing is the laser arrows, obviously, which is very fun with these transparent blocks. This is a good example of like how I like to wall jump. I died sadly, but yeah. But I made a lot of paths. Or like weird thing. How I don't even know how you're supposed to get that. I guess like that. Ah, the risk of losing your arrow. That's not cool. Ah. Clearly not been playing for a very long time. Yeah. And the music is from Celeste too, of course. Oh, there's even some ice here. I forgot. Yeah, everything should be reachable by jumping. Potential for infinite falls, blah blah blah. A lot of disappearing blocks as well. But I quite like these path-making things where you then can suddenly, you know, go through. And I like these chests being stuck in here because they're supposed to imitate ice, you know? Things being trapped in ice. Yeah. Then we have Mycelia Mirage, which I actually don't know anymore what I really had in mind for this. I think it has the corner arrows. Yeah, bolt arrows, exactly. Quite fun. Ah, with appearing and disappearing blocks, right. So I didn't want to mix like two types of appearing and disappearing blocks, so I think each time or each level individually should have one color or the other. Might be that I'm just using this color for this one. But for me it was a bit of a visual and gameplay overload when I used both types at the same time, because it changes the landscape so much that it's kind of difficult to focus on that. So I figured one is enough, you know? But I love bolt arrows, I mean, who doesn't? And part of the theme is these, like, wall climbing things. It's a bit silly, but, you know, it's a thing. I quite like it. And of course the mycelium stands for the mushrooms being the main attraction, I suppose. Yeah, okay, so then, is that the second last one? No. Decrepit Spire. Ah, right, so it's like a Noxious hold with a lot of these moving platforms that are intended to mostly move you and not crush you. So they're really not meant to kill you, mostly. I'm sure there's some edge cases where it's possible, but they're supposed to be slow and kind of easy to navigate around because you have to deal with so many of the other exploding things, as you can see here. Or be used as, like, you know, here you can then wall jump if you're fast enough. I'm so proud that I just managed to do that. And regular bomb arrows, just everything's explosion themed. Oh yeah, I like this. They have like these little pits with some fire coming out. And for whoever plays Towerfall and maybe doesn't know, these things actually speed up, which took me forever to even realize, even while I was playing the game so much, because the rounds are over so quickly. But that's apparently a thing. Quite cool. So yeah, moving blocks, exploding Noxious balls, bomb arrows. That's the idea. Then we have the last one, which is Noxious Hold. Kind of feel like that could fit even to the previous name to be level, to be honest. Ah, ooh, I like this. I kind of forgot that. Oh god. All right, I remember the crushing levels. So it's like poison bramble themed jungle with very crazy crushing blocks. I mean, these are just straight up supposed to kill you. Oh, I like these little huts Oh god. Ah. I made custom tiles for this as well, if you maybe can see. I'm sure there are some more other ones that I can't think of, but there's these little slimes. Slime faces on the corners and stuff like that. You know, like here. Yeah, quite like it. So we have this goop here. I'm not even sure if it has any gameplay implications now that I think about it. But yeah. They used to be much more unforgiving, but due to the feedback of my friends, they were like, yeah, this is a bit too crazy. I'm not sure, maybe you should remove some of them. But I also made them in a way that some of them are supposed to be used to potentially get up on something. Not always, but sometimes they're part of it. Wait, how does this one work? Oh. Ah, I remember now that the funny thing is that you can shoot them to activate them. Why did that one not activate actually? Huh? How did I do it? Oh, it needs to be under. Ah, right, they're sensory. That makes sense. So you can trick people into killing. Ha! Quite cool, actually. Here you can see some of the custom things too. There's supposed to be like slimes hanging from the ceiling. I quite like it. Alright. Well, guess I would say that's a good ending to the entire video. So my original idea was to maybe make a little trailer or something, and then potentially buy some game keys to give away, maybe to get some reignited interest in the game, and then bundle it together by saying like, look, I have these 100 extra levels. Maybe it would spark some or generate some new interest in the game, because I still think that this is one of the best couch co-op games ever created. And yeah, so that's basically it. I'm kind of doing this to see how much interest there would be in something like this, to gauge what people think. Would love to see some people play. If anyone has any interest, I might even send them directly to you. If you can make a video of you and your friends playing, I would be extremely happy, because seeing people play my stuff is just amazing. It's a super rewarding feeling. And let me know what you think of the level design, how I put stuff together, maybe the custom art, I don't know. Thematically, I really try hard to make it all fit and to really have a consistency going. So yeah, that's all. The butt is so shiny. Alright, well, I hope everyone that watched this enjoyed it, and maybe I hope to hear from you in the comments or whatever. I'm also hanging out on the Towerfall's Discord sometime under the name Zant, so if you want to tag me there, that works. Or in the subreddit, I will probably see it too. Doesn't matter. But yeah, alright, that's it. Thanks for watching.